My name is Jeremy Biggers, and I'm a professional artist who's never filled an entire sketchbook. Today we're going to start the process to change that. Let's look through some of these and see where our starting point is. So I'm just gonna go through a few of my sketchbooks and just show you what I mean by I've never finished one. Most of what you're gonna see in these is just like me taking notes. There's not even really a lot of sketches in these. Like I said, this is an empty book, really, man. I'm not gonna punish y'all by making y'all look through all these. This one is one of my favorite books when I was younger. We got an actual sketch in this one. We got sketches. I did a series of like self-portraits in different styles. So we got a Dora the Explorer, a Simpsons, Rugrats. I really just used to use this book at work. I would draw coworkers and celebrities and just whatever I really was feeling on the day. I'm not sure what's in this one. Oh, more nothing. Yeah. Did this, I think, at like a restaurant watching football on a Sunday. This crazy ass drawing of Batman busting it open. I don't know why I went with that pose, but there's a lot of these, so I'm gonna try to make the rest of these pretty quick. Again, sketches for logos, a quick self-portrait, some stickers that I did for my brand. But again, not finished. So yeah, I was always one of those artists who just used my sketchbooks to work through ideas and work through concepts. I never really was one of those artists that could complete a complete finished piece in my books. And so I've always been envious of those artists who've done those. So this is one of the ones where I was like, yo, this is gonna be the time where I finally do an entire sketchbook. I was gonna do it with charcoal pencils. So I did this Muhammad Ali again. The likeness is not there. And so I was gonna do it again and again, but I think that might be the only thing in this damn book. Pitiful, man, pitiful. This might be another one of those, there's very little things in here. Empty. This is when I found out about brush tip markers, and so I was just really enamored with doing marker drawings. And so I was doing all these sketches with just like markers, color pencils. These are from when I was in college, just after high school. There's a lot of note taking and sketches in here. Me just experimenting, pulling out magazine clippings. So now that we've looked through all of those, we gotta find a new sketchbook. Let's go to the store. So why am I headed to the store right now instead of finishing one of those incomplete books? The simple answer for that is I just want to start something brand new. I don't want to bring in any of those old ideas. I want this sketchbook to be an art piece in and of itself. I want them to be fully fleshed out designs, whether that be oil paintings, acrylic paintings, pencil and ink drawings, whatever it ends up being. I want each page to be a fully fleshed out idea. I want this book to be very similar to what Andrew Kadima does in his sketchbooks. So we got to go to the store to find the perfect book to make that happen. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to find a sketchbook that is heavyweight, that can handle oil paint or, pencil or whatever media I decide to use for this project. But I wanted to also stand up to, a year or more of wear and tear. It also needs to lay flat. Like this is a perfect one. This one lays flat. It's beautiful. The paper is thick. I just don't know that this cardboard cover is gonna survive, the wear and tear of me going, like I said, potentially carrying this book for a couple of years. I know for sure I don't want anything with a spiral. I want something like with a sleeker look, something that has more, like a leather bound or something that's just gonna look nicer over time. And I also don't want anything like this that has glue at the top because I feel like that's gonna pop. The more I use it, the more that glue is just gonna wear off. So it needs to be something that is like perfect stitch bound, more like a book, and also lays flat. This one will be perfect. It's watercolor paper, it's leather bound. It just doesn't lay flat, so I'm just scared I'm gonna pop that spine. It's not gonna do what I want it to do. Also, no, I don't want anything that is 9 by 12. This is a little bit too big. I want something more manageable that I can carry, just out and about, throw it in my backpack. So I think something like a 5.5 by 8.5 or 8 by 8 or something like that. Something that's big enough for me to get a good painting in, but also not so big that it's cumbersome and difficult to carry. I don't want to go with anything that's too big, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I can set myself up for success and continue this process and not, get over it or be, overwhelmed with trying to carry this and have it out and about in the real world. So I think doing something that's smaller will make it more manageable and something that I can actually stick with and keep at it until I finish the whole book. Cool, thank you so much. All right, I think I got it. So I'm pretty sure I got what I need. We're about to head back to the studio and get to work and see what we can make shake with this. The final stats here is it's a leather-bound sketchbook. It measures 8" by 8". It lays flat. It's gonna be able to withstand all the beating I put on it for the next couple of years. Let's get started. I decided to do a self-portrait for the first piece in this book. I thought doing a self-portrait was the right answer, because if I'm going to be carrying this book around for the next couple of years, I thought, anybody that looks through it, being able to see immediately that it's, me on the front page, would know that it was my book. It's extremely interesting to me to take on a series of paintings that I have no intention of selling. So many of my works, as soon as I make them, I'm looking for them to go out the door, and to create an entire body of work that very few people are going to see in person, and the people that do get to see it in person aren't going to have the ability to purchase it, is a completely new experience for me as an artist. I've been extremely fortunate that I sell a lot of my work, so being able to create a body of work that's not to be sold and is just painting for painting's sake is something that really intrigues me about this process. And so this will be an ongoing series of anytime I'm having a lull or I just need a project to do that's just painting for painting's sake and it's not really for a client or a customer, I'm gonna, return to this book and be able to lay down painting after painting until I completely feel it. And maybe this is going to be something that I carry with me going forward in my practice. All right, so that's it for this one. Make sure you guys like and subscribe here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that bell so that you're notified every single time that I post. And remember to ask yourself, what have I done today to help me live my dreams tomorrow? I'll see you guys on the next one.